Visuals coming in of the Union Defense Minister in conversation with the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin.
To the U.S. in the third week of June 2023. Our teams are working on the substantive outcomes. Our strategic cooperation by pursuing stronger defense industrial engagement, easing of technology restrictions, resilient supply chains in all domains.
All right, we continue to get you these live visuals and we'll cut across to Defense Minister Rajnath Singh as and when we get his address. But these are visuals of the U.S. Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, who is in India from Singapore to further strengthen the defense partnership between India and the United States. This visit comes ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit to the United States to the White House later this month. So the focus is going to be on strengthening the defense ties. Remember, the U.S. ambassador to India, Eric Garcetti, had received the Pentagon chief who kickstarted the third leg of his four-nation tour. Senior consulting editor Shrinjoy Chaudhary on the broadcast with us on what's expected today. Shrinjoy, we continue to get live visuals from the spot. Of course, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh now addressing as the U.S. Defense Secretary is there, and there are going to be important discussions on the strategic defense partnership with the United States.
Undoubtedly, this is, as President Biden has said, this is the most important partnership of the century. And just see, here is Lloyd Austin, who was supposed to meet with Rajnath Singh in Singapore on the sidelines of the Shangri La conference. Rajnath Singh could not go because he was in Nigeria, which is why the Americans are making an extra effort to send Lloyd Austin to India just for a few hours, even if it's for a few hours, so that this meeting can take place. And there are a variety of very important things that need to be discussed. One, of course, is when the next 2+2 takes place. The 2+2 is a very important instrument, a very important structure that involves the two foreign ministers of India and America, the External Affairs Minister and the Secretary of State, the U.S. Defense Secretary and Rajnath Singh. Now, they are supposed to meet, and we will have to get to know where and when that will take place. That's one. Then there is the issue of the Indo-Pacific. You have seen America trying to reach out to China and say, we have to talk, we have to discuss things for military reasons. Things have got very difficult in the South China Sea. Yet, the Chinese have said, we are not going to talk. Now, that creates an additional problem, because when you're going to talk, you're not going to fight. Now, that is also. Thirdly, is the issue of procurement. India wants a fighter plane for the INS Vikrant. The Americans are involved in it. The French are also involved. India wants a fighter plane for the Air Force, all of 111. Now, again, there are discussions that need to be taking place there. So all of these, plus there is the small matter of the Predator, which the Navy wants and has leaked. So we are happy how all these things really work out.
Right. Shrinjoy, if you could also shed light on the significance of this visit, since it comes just weeks ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit to the United States, where, of course, Joe Biden also spoke about the popularity of the Prime Minister. And, of course, it's also going to be a historic visit because the Prime Minister is all set to also be addressing the joint session of the U.S. Congress.
Yes, the Prime Minister has done it before. And he'll be one of those rare people who will actually address the House twice. And not just the House, but the House and the Senate. Basically, it means the House of Representatives and the Senate, the entire Congress. The PM has done it once, and he is likely to do it a second time. Secondly, what we are hearing is that the Prime Minister is going to be in Washington for 3 nights after a day in New York, and that's quite a lot. He'll be meeting President Biden at least twice, maybe 3 times. There is a meeting scheduled with Vice President Kamala Harris. So all those things are on the agenda, plus a meeting with the American business community.
Yes, a very, very historic visit.